Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We're the Wolfmans. We are building our second custom dream home right across the street from our current one. And today is part 2 of a walkthrough of our floor plans. And we're gonna share with you what are some of the key considerations that we had thought through when designing our upstairs second floor plans, as well as our basement, man cave, woman cave, Wolfman cave floors, and kind of what we thought about.
Okay, so now we are at the top of the stairs, and the first thing you'll notice, which you actually don't really see so much in these plans, but it was really important for us to get a lot of natural light above the staircase. So we actually were able to put in a 5 by 7-ish foot size skylight. So that's really, really nice, and we've created a really nice opening for that. So that should really shine some beautiful light down on that space and really open up the way the space feels, because you have really high ceilings in that area.
Yeah, because the way that our layout works, our hallway is kind of right in the middle, so you don't actually get exposure to any windows, any exterior windows, and so to make sure that it still feels cozy and warm and open and bright, we really wanted to put a skylight in that space.
Yeah, exactly. So now basically we're at the top of the stairs. We'll walk you sort of through our master first, and then we'll kind of get you to the rest of the house. So we really kind of wanted to have a bit of a foyer area when you walk into our master that kind of leads to the different areas. So if you walk to the left, you've got our master bedroom. If you go straight, you've got the master bath. If you go right, you've got Anna's teeny tiny closet. And then somewhere off the master is my closet. But
we wanted to make sure we have a really nice sized room.
It's about 16 and a half feet in depth and almost 20 feet wide.
Yeah, so very generous size, plenty of room for a nice king size bed, nice large bedside tables, and even a sitting area that we're going to create. And again, we really wanted to let in as much natural light as possible, nice sight lines. And so we've decided, rather than do a window here, we're actually going to do two
sets of double doors.
Two sets of double doors that kind of open in. We don't have a balcony outside. It's more like a Juliet balcony, but it's just a really nice feel to have in a room, to be able to have like these nice doors kind of overlooking the backyard.
And then just off the master over here is my closet.
Yeah.
So my closet is still a decent sized closet. It's not in comparison to this little lady's right here, but it's still a good sized closet. It's plenty of space for me.
Plenty of space. It's a little bit more narrow. Again, you have to work with the space that you got. Here we're kind of working around the staircase.
Yeah, this is sort of the little area right behind the staircase that we kind of snuck the closet into.
So continuing into our master bathroom, we really wanted to have a standalone shower as well as a freestanding tub. Josh really likes his baths, but
what can I say? I like a good bath.
But visually, it just also looks really nice, and we have the space for it, so why not? And then of course you need to have the toilet and then a nice really big size vanity. So we wanted the space to feel very balanced. We again like our symmetry, and so we sort of placed the shower on one end and the toilet on the opposite end. They're gonna have glass enclosures, and then the bath really nicely positioned in the middle of them, and
right in front of the window, which is a really nice space.
Yeah, right in front of the window. Just feels really nice to be looking out the window when you're bathing, and hopefully no one's looking in. But it's a nice feel nonetheless. But you need to have a window in your master bathroom to let in some natural light, and so this was the best place for it. And so right off of the master bathroom, we are going to have my closet. And
Anna's closet is really small. It's basically a 5th bedroom.
You probably could have made a 5th bedroom out of it.
Yeah.
But
so her closet is about just over 10 feet wide by about 11 and a half feet deep. So it's
the record that is bigger than Josh's office.
Yeah, it is. it's a whole lot of ridiculous. She's not allowed to fill that closet.
But it's, the beautiful thing about designing a custom home is you can choose where you want to allocate your space.
Yes.
And I wanted to have a really nice size closet.
So that's pretty much our master wing.
Yes.
Now we're basically at the top of the stairs. Now, one thing that we really wanted at the front of the house, again, was our symmetry. Not only, is it nice to have balance in the interior, but we really had to also balance that out with, the windows on the exterior of the house.
Just given the fact that this is our front facade, our front elevation, and we already knew we're working on top of what we had designed at the bottom for our main floor, we wanted to sort of mirror some of that symmetry and some of that flow upstairs. And so we really needed to figure out how to best kind of optimize and lay out the space to get that.
Yeah, this was a really big challenge for us to figure out the window placement. One of the biggest challenges because you can have your ideal window for the exterior of the house, might not work inside, or vice versa. And we actually did have to make a bit of a compromise here.
Working with those parameters of what we want the exterior to look like and what rooms we actually want on the inside, now you're sort of figuring out what's the optimal way to lay it out. So we chose to put my office kind of right in that space in the middle. We know we have that window that's kind of going right on top of where the front entry is.
Yeah, and it was just a perfect space for it because Anna's office is 8 feet wide and that window is 7 feet wide.
Yeah.
So it really filled up the room beautifully, so it works so well from the inside and it works perfect from the outside as well.
Exactly. And then that leaves us an equal amount of space for two basically almost identical sized bedrooms on either side. And so however we designed one, we were gonna design a mirror image on the other side because again, we wanted the window placement to look the same on both sides for that overall holistic symmetry on the outside.
Okay, so now that takes us sort of to the back section of our upstairs, and that walks us right into the laundry room. Again, we really wanted to have our laundry room on the second floor. That was really important to us. So you don't have to, schlep things up and down the stairs. Yeah. So we gave ourselves a pretty generous sized laundry room. It's about, about 10 feet by 8 feet-ish. So we really just wanted to leave space, for the two machines. Right beside the two machines is going to be, a little bit of folding space and a sink. And then on the opposite side, we're going to have a drying rack, an ironing board. Yeah. And we really also wanted to fit in a small linen closet in there.
And the last but certainly not least is our fourth bedroom in the back. And it's a little bit smaller than the other bedrooms, but still very generous size. Yeah. And again, like the other bedrooms, it has its own ensuite and a closet. It's not a walk-in closet, but it's still a nice wide closet. Just kind of one thing to keep in mind, to the extent possible, you want to think through about doing different bathrooms kind of back to back or close together because it's just easier for plumbing purposes and for roughing purposes. So this actually worked well for us to put the guest bathroom right on the same side as where we were going to have our laundry. So it just makes it more streamlined and simplified to be able to do some of these rough-ins, which end up impacting the costs for your house.
Yeah, so that's basically the second floor of our house. Now we're going to take you down to the basement.
Yeah.
So now that takes you into the big recreational space. So we wanted to create as big of a great room as possible here. So now we have a rectangular space, which is 40 feet wide by 20 feet deep, which is a really, really nice size space. Yeah.
It's really, really huge. And we could have compartmentalized it further and made separate closed off spaces for a play area or an entertainment theater room, but we really chose instead to just keep it really open. We love the open space concept. It works really well for our family, adults, kids, everybody can kind of play together or at least be in the same room and have good sight lines and keep a good eye on each other is really important for us. And then we can still create spaces, distinct spaces and zones kind of within that room.
So the first room in the basement is basically the mechanical room. So our HVAC designers kind of put it into this area right here. As a result, we have our mechanical room taking up the first half, or the first, let's say, 40% of this room. The remaining 60% of this room is going to be our first storage room. Yeah. So the original area for the mechanical room is now also going to be extra storage space. So I think that actually ends up being really convenient that we have two separate spaces.
Yeah, so we wanted to have a good size gym to be able to put some of our working out equipment.
Yep, so the gym's about 13.5 by 11.5.
Yeah, and then we really wanted to have an extra guest room / nanny's room. Always are good for resale purposes if you have the space in the basement to be able to have a nanny's room.
Or just a guest room.
Or a guest room, absolutely. And then we wanted to have a bathroom, and we thought that definitely we needed to have the bathroom accessible from the kind of the great room, the recreation room, but it's also kind of nice to be able to have the bathroom easily accessible from the guest bedroom. So for any guests that are kind of on their own, staying for the night, you know, they have easy access, and it's almost like an ensuite for them. So
yeah, so that's our basement.
Yeah, that kind of achieved it for us. If you haven't yet watched our previous episode, we really suggest you go back, give a more detailed walkthrough of our first floor, just to really get a sense of the full complete picture of our future home that we are building. And we've included a link below in our description where you can easily get to that episode as well. So don't forget to watch it after you're done this one. So this is it for floor plans. Thank you for watching, and we hope you liked what we came up with. We hope that you found it valuable, some of the kind of thinking and the back end thought process that goes into designing your floor plans, and hopefully give you some food for thought. So please take a few seconds, like our video, drop us a comment, and we would love to hear from you.
Take care, guys. Hope you enjoyed.